Well, I'd like to first say I apologize to all of America and all of Americans. I was a diehard Republican. I cannot believe I drank the Kool-Aid, okay? I am guilty. I drank the Kool-Aid of Donald J. Trump. In fact, I don't even know why we keep saying Donald J. Trump. This man is ruining the Constitution of the United States. What's going on in these southern states, Louisiana and Virginia, South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, they're taking away the vote from the black man, the fight from the black people that are part of our country. They're stealing their vote. They're making it null and mean nothing. And we need to, I don't know what we need to do, but I'm not going to vote for Donald Trump. I know that this country, if you see all the corruption, the billions of dollars that the Trump family is grabbing, and he says it's never about the money. It's all about the money, the lies that come out of this man's mouth. Everything he says is not true is exactly what is true. I don't know what needs to be done, but the Democrats need to grab the helm and lead the people what we need to do. They are overwhelming the system of democracy. He wants the Strait of Hormuz open. Guess what? Before he went there, it was open, and the gas prices were beautiful.
Well, let me just preface by apologizing to viewers for my past MAGA activism and my support of Donald Trump. When Trump ran, I fell for the lies that he would drain the swamp and would root out corruption. And he was correct in pointing out the graft and the fraud and the abuse. But what he has done is he has continued to enrich himself and his own family at the expense of the American people. I realized that Trump was lying and that I had allowed myself to believe these lies, which eventually led to my leaving of MAGA. And I think that there are more than ever who are in the MAGA community who right now are having doubts about their support for Donald Trump. We have a nationwide billboard campaign, and our message is very simple on the campaign. It's having doubts, you're not alone. And for those who might be seeing this, who right now are starting to question their beliefs, are starting to perhaps feel confused, they're wondering if the MAGA movement comports with their values anymore, we want them to know that they're not alone. And I think the president knows that he is losing support. I believe that many in MAGA do have a red line. I think when people reach that line of demarcation, when there is one lie or one betrayal too many, it starts to make them wonder and question if this is a movement that they can continue to support. And I think that Trump continues to abuse his office and the office of the president recklessly, and I think that many in MAGA are starting to recognize that.
MAGA voters are now apologizing, but many Americans are not willing to accept those apologies because Trump showed everybody who he was in 2016, and yet many of these voters, they still chose him in 2024. So they had years of warnings, evidence, and multiple opportunities to make a different choice, but now the damage has been done. So let's get to see more. Please like and hype the video, then I'll come back with more, right? Let's get into it.
You know, there's a saying that goes, do not cut off your nose to spite your face. And I think what's going on right now with all of the people who are, I regret voting for la 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 la, is that they cut off their noses expecting things to go their way before they bled out. And now that they're bleeding out, they want people to feel sorry for them. And I really don't feel sorry for them. I don't feel empathy or sympathy for them. You get what you get, because sorry does not help when the damage is done. And let me introduce you to another saying. You made your bed, now lay in it.
I keep seeing these videos from former Trump supporters about how they regret their vote and they've woken up. And then I keep seeing all these videos from independents and Democrats that we should be welcoming and be kind and be understanding. Let me say this with my whole fucking chest. Fuck no and fuck you, and here's why. I don't forgive you, and I never will. And this is where most of you are going to click the fuck off because you don't want to hear the hard truth. This isn't about one policy or one mistake, the way you're trying to make it seem. This is about a man who ripped the soul of our nation in half. while you stood by in a MAGA hat. He poisoned our culture. He mocked, bullied, and threatened anyone who didn't swear absolute loyalty to him, like a fucking dictator. He stoked a rage inside of people that gave fascists and racists permission to come screaming out of the fucking woodwork. But that wasn't enough for you. You voted for him not once, not twice, but 3 fucking times. Now you want back in because something finally touched you? Because now your rights, your family, your life is somehow threatened? You didn't care when he said he was going to carry out mass deportations. You didn't care when he vowed to dismantle our goddamn government. You didn't care about the environment, women's rights, civil rights, or even fucking democracy itself. Simultaneously called yourself a fucking patriot. You didn't care about honor or decency. You supported a man who was brutally unkind, who hates the poor, hates anyone that's not white. And you called yourself a fucking Christian while supporting it. You watched this fucker orchestrate an insurrection, but that wasn't enough for you because you still showed up. Now, when the flames are licking your fucking porch, you want to come stand behind our shield? Same fucking snowflakes you've been mocking for a decade? Now we're supposed to welcome you? You put the bullets in Trump's gun. I want you to stay regretful. I want you to live in that discomfort every motherfucking day. The same way that every person you voted to hurt is gonna live in it. You don't get applause from me or from anybody on my side for pointing out the fire when you lit the fucking match. Don't come to us for comfort. Damn sure don't expect trust, because 4 years and a better Republican candidate, your ass is gonna vote red again. And even if you do vote blue, do not think for one goddamn second that you voting blue in a future election erases the fucking hatred and destruction that you have unleashed on this country. We don't need you to feel better about yourself. That's not our job.
I don't know if you guys are aware of it, but a lot of people are saying they're leaving MAGA now and they're angry at Trump. And I'm like, why all of a sudden? They're talking about the Iran war and Trump getting involved. Some people are complaining that the groceries, inflation, gas prices, the economy pretty much has not improved like Trump promised. Day one, he was going to lower everything, make all your dreams come true, all the bullshit. So a lot of people are realizing that the economy is not improving. I mean, I don't know what you MAGAs do when you go to the grocery store. You look the other way, pretend that the prices aren't going up for the most things, the most items. A few items have gone down, but not significantly where you can say, wow, I can really feel in my wallet that things are improving. So I guess the last straw for MAGA was the war. That Trump might be getting into a war and MAGA can handle it, can stand it, because they don't want another war. And Trump promised no wars. But you MAGAs were okay when he said, they're eating the cats, they're eating the dogs. Jimmy goes to school. 4 days later, he comes back with an operation and he's now Julie. All these lies, you guys were okay with it. So you're okay. I mean, you're leaving MAGA. You're abandoning Trump. You're mad at Trump. But you're still racist? You're still homophobic? Xenophobic? You're still enjoying seeing immigrants being deported, families separated, people crying on the streets because their family are being torn apart, and you guys are, that's what I voted for. So you're leaving MAGA with all that baggage, right? So you're not changing. You're the same. It's just because you're mad at Trump, right? You're not realizing, wow, I was in the cult. Wow, I can't believe that I had that perception against the LGBTQ. So you're not acting like that, right, MAGA? The thing was the war. Oh, and the grocery price is not going down, but the war did it, right? Everything else, you're going to take it with you. You're going to still be you. Yeah, no, that's not going to fly.
Do not have compassion for MAGA regrets. That means the people who regret voting for Trump, when they come online here and they tell you they regret their vote and they need help because they've been damaged by Trump already, farmers are a good example. Biden gave them subsidies. Trump has already taken some of those away, and it's damaging farmers. So now they're coming on here and they're asking you for compassion. And a lot of you think, oh, you know what? Thank you. It's about time. Welcome to our side. Don't do it. Don't do it. These people are sociopaths, and there's no changing them. And all they're doing is regretting their vote because something that served their needs was taken away. They don't care about anything else. They don't care about you. They don't care about your troubles and your issues. And the bottom line is they're not going to vote for Trump or his cohorts moving forward because they are damaging them. Trump is damaging these people. But do not be fooled by them, and do not have compassion for them when they tell you they regret their vote and that they want to join forces with us. And we don't need them. We don't need them, and don't do it. Don't be tricked.
So did you see Trump's favorability ratings today? Yeah, he broke his record. He hit his record low. And he's losing his Republican base. That's where he's taking the biggest hit. His lowest favorability rating with Republicans was in 2017, and he lost 17 points from that number in 2017. And those Republicans are the non-Trump Republicans. Like, they still vote Republican, they still vote for Trump because, you know, it's all about party unity, but they never really like Trump. And this is it for them. And they reference affordability. They reference funding this war in Iran and sending money to Israel. And I was sitting there thinking about the number of clips I have seen from town halls held by progressives like Graham Plattner, like Abdul El Sayed in Michigan. They're both running for Senate in their states, and Republicans that have been showing up, grabbing the microphone and saying, I'm not a Democrat. I am sick of what's happening right now, though, and something about your message resonates with me. I'm sitting there thinking, well, affordability, they're unhappy about the affordability issue. Well, progressives talk about affordability in a way that resonates with us, that we can't logically get to the point of things being affordable until we get money out of politics. We must get money out of politics. And this is being, you know, preached by people who are not taking corporate money or special interest money. So this is resonating with people. And progressives talk about not sending money overseas, not to Israel because of what they're doing, and not to fund this ridiculous war in Iran. And who knows? Maybe these non-Trump Republicans are going to end up coming out to vote for progressives, either in Democratic primaries, if they're open primaries and they're allowed to, and the midterms. I'm just saying. It's just interesting. Too bad, so sad, Trump.
And we are seeing right now that Donald Trump's approval amongst white non-college voters has dropped substantially. He now has a negative approval rating amongst white non-college voters, sitting at a 54% disapproval rate. And the reason that that is so dramatic is that if you look back to February of 2025, Donald Trump's approval amongst these voters was 68%. Donald Trump's base was white working class individuals. Donald Trump made inroads in other places, but this is his base. And the fact that it is eroding is a major, major indicator that Donald Trump is facing political challenges like he has never seen before. And that is one of the most stark realizations that he is going to have to deal with, especially even beyond the midterms when he becomes a lame duck president and he's not on the ballot again. And we're seeing that he is going to leave the political arena. And so the question will ultimately become, will Republicans continue to hold his water, or will Republicans realize in order for their own electoral and political successes, they will need to distance themselves from the crazy things that he's done?
Many of the Trump voters now apologizing. They're saying they never expected what would happen, you know, the division, the corruption, the economic struggles. But Trump did not hide intentions, you know. His policies were available to the public. They could listen to his speeches. Even during his first term, there were numerous court cases and even controversies. So people could have looked at that and have sounded the alarm. But many people tried to warn them. Even Kamala Harris warned about the division, the attacks on democracy, the cruelty on immigrants. She also said that Trump would punish and target those who disagree with him. And we have seen all that happen. So many are now realizing that Kamala was right all along. They ignored all the warnings, but now since it's affecting them personally, they want sympathy and understanding. And that's why trust has become such a big issue. People can forgive mistakes, but they want to know someone has truly learned from those mistakes. They want to see actions and not just words. They want to see people admit they were wrong and understand why they got it wrong and make better choices moving forward. Will they listen to the people they ignored? Will they take responsibility from the choices they made? Or will the same thing happen again? You see, that's what Americans are waiting to see. Because for many people, the damage has already been done. Families have been torn apart. Other businesses have been destroyed. The world is suffering because of Trump's policies, like even the war in Iran, which is raising high gas prices. So the consequences cannot be erased with a simple apology. And people need to take elections seriously because voting is such a serious responsibility. The people we vote affect the economy, our community, our future, and our daily life. Before supporting our politicians, people should look beyond the slogans and campaign promises and pay attention to actions, facts, and track records. Because when the elections are over, people have to live with the results, and the billionaires will not feel the impact. It is the ordinary citizen who will bear the cost at the pump, at the groceries, in healthcare, rent, and many more. So do you think these apologies should be accepted or it is too late? Well, let me know your thoughts in the comments. And thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Have a good one. I'll see you in the next video.